Hi there everybody, thank you for coming back for another video of my Johto Solo Run series. We're going to get started with the wheel randomizer in a minute, but first we're just going to go over the rules. So rule 1, we let the wheel decide. Spin 3 times, whatever 3 Pokemon come up we choose one of them and do the full run with. Secondly, I can only use that Pokemon in battle for the entire run. Rule 3, I cannot heal using items in battle. I can heal outside of battle using items, that's fair game, but not inside battle. Rule 4, no held items. This means the likes of no charcoal, no pink bow, nothing that can boost my moves or heal anything within battle. Rule 5, I can use TMs and HMs. Rule 6, I can't use double team unless it is learned via level up. Okay, now the rules are done, let's get on with the run. Okay, welcome back to the wheel, let's see what we get this time. First up is Sunflora, second stage evolution. Haven't done many second stage evolutions yet, so that could be a very strong possibility. Pure grass type as well. Next up is Chinchou. I really love the Chinchou Lantern line, but you know what? I've done a lot of first stage evolutions. Third up is Ho. Nah, you know what? I really want to do legendaries, but not yet. Let's go with Sunflora. I'm so stoked that Sneasel came up straight away, that is. What is it? What are the chances of that? Yeah. Really happy that's come up. Okay, let's have a chat about Sneasel then. So, Dark Ice type Pokemon, which has honestly pretty amazing stats. I mean, not for the Ice type, so we start off with 55 base HP, 95 attack, going to be our main moves going forward. Going to go with the name for Sneasel. And yeah, the defense is 55, special attack 35, special defense 75, but the speed is a whopping 115. This is the fastest Pokemon that we have chosen on the wheel so far. And yeah, you're going to see how much difference a fast Pokemon makes in Gen 2. Compared to like when you're solo running. The very first battle goes exactly as you would think. That high attack makes a massive difference, even with a terrible move like Scratch. So for the rival this time, we're going to go with, you know what? Who are we going to go? We're going to go with N3 David. So N3 David is a long-time subscriber to my channel. I've had a few conversations every now and then, and he does mostly like Famicom music videos. Like SNES trackers and stuff like that. Honestly, some of them look really amazing. I really enjoy watching his videos. But let's move back to the video. Level 11, we've now got quick attacks and moves, so we can outspeed things with even more certainty. And it makes Falconer such a trivial battle. Gust is not doing much damage against us, even though our defense is not the greatest. But we're 2 levels ahead just because we've done a little bit extra training. We haven't even gone to Sprout Tower in all honesty for this one. And yeah, we get the Zephyr badge first time, and we can move on to Bugsy and Azalea. Even though he hasn't got a super effective move against us, we've picked up Mud Slap. That's going to help us out. Quick Attack's going to make quick work of the Metapods. See the pun there, and at level 17 we also picked up Screech, so we can start doing even more damage. So the Kakuna, as long as it doesn't poison us, we should be on a very good amount of HP just to get through this. And we're on to the Cypher now with very good HP. I'm going to start setting up, I'm just going to see how much Quick Attack does normally. And that's when I realised that Bug is still super effective against Dark types. I completely forgot that because it's the first Dark Pokemon we've used. So we're going to have to go with a bit of a different strategy here. And strategy I'm thinking we're probably going to have to use Screech, or we're going to have to use Mud Slap to bring down the accuracy, or we'll bring down defenses. Quick Attack's going to do a lot of damage now that one Screech has been set up. It reduces defense by 2 stages. And we can move on to the Kakuna. We have got less HP this time round. I'm going to use Screech again. He goes for Harden, so his defense is -1 right now. I mean, it's going to be a 2-shot KO, and we're at 42 HP this time, not 47. But if I set up that Screech to start off with, he's probably going to go Fury Cut because it's super effective. So now it becomes a race against the clock, and Quick Attack is still not doing enough But we do get a critical hit there, so we're going to take the win. We're going to move on. Next up is the rival again. So N3 David starts off with his Ghastly. Because we're a Dark Ice type, I actually started off with Quilava as... Well, Cyndaquil is the rival's Pokemon. We did pick up Fury Cutter here, and we've got Mudslap to take out the Ghastly quite easily. Spite's not the worst thing, we only need to get past the Ghastly. But the Quilava, we're going to have to go for Screech, and it misses. But thankfully Smoke Screen misses as well, so nothing's essentially happened. One Screech is more than enough to take out half HP. Ember does quite a bit of damage, but it's not enough, so we can quite comfortably do this battle. Level 21 now, speed is at 61. That is amazing. It's actually nice to be doing a run right now where the speed is not our worry. I don't think there's going to be any Pokemon in this run that is going to be able to outspeed us. So let's move on to Whitney. Now, as long as rollout doesn't really get set up fully, I don't think we're going to have too much of a problem. Level 21, the next move we're going to get is level 25, which is going to be Feint Attack, which will be great for Morty, but we don't really need it for Whitney here. And to be fair, the strategy I actually went for with this one was Fury Cutter. When you can set up against the Clefairy, the Miltank becomes completely easy. One-shotted it there. And we are tearing through this run so quickly. Next up is going to be Morty. Now, we have learnt Feint Attack for this fight. And it's going to be the best thing we can do here. Feint Attack one-shots the Ghastly. We're going to outspeed everything here. If we use Feint Attack against Gengar, it's going to be a free shot, I think. Yeah, it's going to be a free shot. Thankfully, Shadow Ball doesn't do much. We haven't been cursed. And we've got 47 HP to go into the Haunter. Now, the worst thing that can happen is you can use Nightshade. Thankfully, he uses Curse there, so as long as we can get through this next Haunter in 2 hits, we should be fine. Curse does hit. Mean Look. He uses Mean Look. Worst case scenario, he'd use Nightshade there. But that's a first try victory against Morty. There's only Bugsy that we haven't won first time against now. So, yeah, we're looking really, really good. But next up, I decided to go over to Chuck. And we actually have a very, very bad type disadvantage here. So I picked up Headbutt earlier on. We picked up Ice Punch as well. And thanks to Headbutt, actually, we managed to get through the Primate quite easily. So here we know Dynamic Punch is going to be annoying. But it doesn't hit here. It's only got 50% accuracy. And we could set up one Screech and hit with a Headbutt. And even with the type disadvantage, we get through Chuck without even taking one bit of damage. So we are looking really, really good right now. And the next logical step would be to go against Jasmine. We've got Ice Punch, which is super effective against the Steelix. But I'm not too sure we're going to do as well as I was hoping here. We've taught Return now instead of Headbutt. And yeah, we get Paralysed and Confused. So once we've set up one Screech, we hit ourselves in Confusion annoyingly. Thunderbolt does big damage as well, and we're not looking too good for the Steelix. We are an Ice type, so Iron Tail is super effective against us. We get an Ice Punch off. We're kind of hoping for a Freeze, but Iron Tail does eventually hit us. So what am I going to have to do a little bit differently here? So I actually went back and I taught myself Dig. You can pick it up in the National Park, and it makes this battle very easy, I'll be completely honest with you guys. We didn't need Screech at all for this battle, but we hang on with 3 HP against Steelix. It misses there, and 3 Ice Punch is enough to take it out. We know we can outspeed the Magnemite with Dig, and with 3 HP, we beat Jasmine level 36. Probably around about the level I was expecting to do it at, really. If we were a fire Pokemon, we probably could do a lot lower level. But that just leaves Price now. I'm going to completely skip the Rocket Hideout in Mahogany. It's long, it's annoying, it's kind of boring, and we breezed through it completely, like, so easily. And Price is not going to be much of a problem as well. He's much weaker than Jasmine, which makes it confusing why he's the 7th gym leader when Jasmine's the 6th. I would even put Chuck as more of a challenge than Price is. The most annoying thing is he uses that Hyper Potion on his Piloswine, but 2 returns is going to be more than enough to take him out. When we go at level 41, moving into the Rocket side quest. In level 41 we actually learn Agility, which I don't learn because I'm a really fast Pokemon. Why do I need Agility to increase my speed? There's nothing that's going to... There's literally no other Pokemon that's going to outspeed us on this run. So next up we go against N3 David in the Underground, and his Golbat goes down with 1 hit. Kulava comes out next. We have Return. We could use Dig there as well, but I'm actually doing really good time, so the less amount of turns that I can use, the quicker my time will be, even if it's shaving off like a couple of seconds. And even at this point, I actually think we might be able to do the whole game in under 5 hours. 5 hours in-game time, which is going to be insane if we can pull that off. That would be, I would say that probably makes, if we can do it in under 5 hours, I would say that makes for our first A-tier Pokemon, because right now we have not had the greatest choices on the wheel. We've not chosen the greatest choices on the wheel, but if you get, considering with this channel, I want to get through all 100 Pokemon that are in Gen 2. If I can do that and get rid of some of the worst ones at the start, then I can learn what I need to do for the better ones and get better times later on. And now I've talked through this, the Rocket side quest is pretty much over now. It is annoying how much time it actually takes to do this part of the game. Like, it just, you're adding an extra hour onto your game time. I think the whole game actually could have been fine without this side quest. So yeah, we get through very easy. But I'll tell you who is actually a bit of a challenge. This guy who has the Houndour and Houndoom. And this makes me worried about Karen later on, because if we get hit by 1 fire move, our special defense isn't the greatest. I mean, it's at 75, which is decent, but we can take out the Houndoom in 1 return, which is pretty good. But this is actually I didn't show the first time. This is actually my second attempt on this Rocket Executive. And yeah, Flamethrower is very powerful against us. Moving on to Claire. Again, don't think this is going to be a problem. We've got an Ice-type move for an Ice-type Pokemon, so we get the stab boost. The most worrying thing is the Kingdra. So Return is the better move to use here because it does resist Ice with being a Water Dragon. And there we go, that's it taken down. So next up is Dragonair. Again, Ice Punch is going to do massive damage. We take him out in 1. And this is going to be a first try victory against Claire, which we don't see on many runs. We're not even level 50 at this point, which most Pokemon we've had to be around by level 50, over level 50 to be able to beat Claire. But we did alright. And that only leaves the last battle with N3 David for this run. So he starts off in this one, Sneasel v Sneasel. So who Sneasel wins? It's going to be mine. Like, I'm level 51, come on. And that then leaves us with Typhlosion to take out. This is the next worrying Pokemon. We could have gone for Dig, probably would have done a 1-shot damage. And we get burnt, so this is not looking good now. Attack is our main stat that we've been boosting as well. Like, I actually did go and get proteins this time around. Ice Punch is going to take out the Golbat in 1. And when we can take them out in 1, it means the burn damage doesn't actually hit us. So it does when we use Dig. And we don't take it out because of the burn attack drop. That's not looking good. So at this, we've got 2 Pokemon left, both defensively quite weak. So we do outspeed, we can take out the Kadabra. Even with the attack drop, we're still doing massive damage. We can take 1 burn damage, and if we don't hit him, yes, we get a critical hit. So all fine, all Gucci, guys. Now you're probably listening to my voice thinking, today, Retrobrown, you are talking really, really fast. Well, that's because it's early morning when I'm recording this, and I've already had about 3 or 4 coffees before work. Yeah, I'm a massive coffee fiend. I love it. Always got to be black coffee all the way. Moving on to Will here, though. Let's get back to talking about Pokemon instead of coffee. We're level 53 going into Will. And we've got Ice Punch, which takes out the Xatu, the Executor. It's going to be quite an easy battle, to be honest. The biggest worry in this fight is actually going to be that Slowbro. The Jinx, not so much of a problem, really. We're a Dark type, so that means they're never going to use Psychic. but she can use Ice Punch, and she has the chance to freeze with that. She has froze me on quite a lot of the runs so far. Though the Slowbro is definitely going to be the more worrying one. Thankfully, Return is going to be a 2-hit, and quite comfortably we can take it out. And that's Will. So, next up we have Koga. And considering we've got Ice Punch, we've got Dig, honestly, I don't think it's going to be that much of a problem. You can't use Psychic against us with the Venomoth, so I think it's pretty much just going to be the Fortress that's going to be a little bit of a problem. We do have an Ice-type move though, so it means that it will be super effective. Dig is super effective against Venomoth. I remembered this time round that Venomoth is bug poison, so ground-type moves do hit it in this generation. Next up's Fortress, and yeah, this is where you can see we actually... Oh, the Dig Explosion strat worked. Oh, if you've watched my Gen 1 videos against Koga, I love having Dig for that fight because his Weezing uses Explosion quite a lot. I mean, we do lose this attempt, but I love it when the Dig Explosion happens. Just kamikazes itself for no gain whatsoever. Yeah, you know what, let's see if we can do it again this time. So the Venomoth's going to come out next. Return actually was doing a lot more damage than Dig was, so we went with Return. Next up is going to be the Fortress. First time round he's going to set up spikes, then after that we use Dig and he uses Explosion again. Oh, this was honestly... I know we've still got quite a bit to go on the video, but I'll be honest, this run was easily the most fun so far in Johto. We've got great range of moves, we've got great stats. Honestly, this Sneasel is a joy to use in Gen 2. It's just so annoying that you only get Sneasel towards the back end of the game when you've already built your team, and you're not most likely to actually even use it. So yeah, to actually start off with a Sneasel, it's very enjoyable. I do recommend doing a solo run with Sneasel if you have the chance. Bruno is not going to be a problem whatsoever, even though he is super effective against us. We're outspeeding, we're doing a lot of damage. And the Hitmonchan, even though it does have Mach Punch, this is going to be the problem. So Mach Punch does over half damage, so we need to make sure we take it out in one. So Bruno was the stopper on this run, on the Elite Four. So what am I going to have to do to get past him? So in the end, I actually settled on... I had to be a few levels higher to increase the level cap. And that made sure we can actually do enough damage to take out the Hitmonchan in one hit. We are going to get hit by one Mach Punch. It's kind of unavoidable. It's very high accuracy. Priority move. We don't have a priority move now, so we'll always get hit by one Mach Punch, but now Return does take him out in one. And that just leaves us with Machamp. Not sure if we're going to be able to take him out in one, so we go for the Ice Punch. Cross Chop misses, and then Return takes him out. The reason why I didn't go for Return first there, though, was because I tried it on a different attempt, and it still didn't take him out in one, so I wanted to do a little bit of damage, not put him in healing range, and then from there, Return would take him out. So, Karen is up next. Considering she's got that Houndoom, this is going to be an interesting fight. So Umbreon is very bulky. 2 returns are going to be what takes it out, and annoyingly we get hit by Sand Attack. If you've played Pokemon, you know how debilitating Sand Attack is. We need to make sure Houndoom goes down in one, but it doesn't. And then she's in Mach Potion. Flipping heck. Okay, so it's not even a range on the Houndoom, so that's the most worrying Pokemon we've taken down. Murkrow is defensively very weak. Ice Punch is going to be enough to take it out in one. Vileplume comes out next, so I can either go for Return or Ice Punch here. I went for Ice Punch because we had the stab boost, and thankfully Stump Spore doesn't hit. If it had hit, we probably would have lost this attempt. So Gengar's out next, and Dig is going to be the better move to use here. If he goes for Curse, even better, but Dig was enough to take him out in one, and we won first time against Karen, which doesn't happen very often. And that just leaves Lance. We're looking really good on this run. We have got to the Elite Four through to Lance in such good time. But do we beat Lance first time as well? First up is the Gyarados. We're going to go for Return, and he goes for Rain Dance because he was going to try and use Hydro Pump, which is not bad. It means the Charizard that comes out next is weakened. And the reason why he sends out Charizard next is because we're an Ice Pokemon, and he thinks, I can take you out in one, but because Rain Dance was set up, we can take the Flamethrower without much problem. Aerodactyl's out next, and Ice Punch is going to be the move we use here. Does it one-shot? It doesn't one-shot, and he uses Rock Slide. That's not good. We're on 21 HP here, and we haven't got a healing move. So we need to outspeed and take out these Dragonites in one hit. Is Ice Punch going to be enough to do this even against level 50? It is! That means that we can then take out the level 47s with not much problem. Ice Punch against Dragonite number 1, well, number 2 in this circumstance, and the last Dragonite comes out. Come on, please hit. We got the hit, we take it out in one. First time against Lance. That's really good. Yeah, I had so much fun playing with Sneasel. I really did have so much fun playing with Sneasel. And it's not a Pokemon I ever really used when I was growing up and playing Gold and Silver. Because you get it so late in the game, I've usually built my team by then. So, let's see what time we did this in. We did the Elite Four at level 59. Very good level. At 3 hours 46 minutes. That's the quickest we've done so far by a good hour and a bit. Sneasel is absolutely fantastic. Look at that. I'm pausing there because I'm just like flipping heck. How have I done that in such little time? In real time, that's around about an hour and 15 minutes it took me to get here. Like, I was so happy with that timing. And that just meant that now we have a chance to do Kanto and Red and Blue within 5 hours. We might have our first A-star Pokemon here. So, let's get started on Kanto. Let's go straight to Blue, because there's no point showing you the other gym leaders. And let's see how we do. So, first attempt against Blue. And we've got to level 66 and we've picked up Curse. Because we're so speedy, I actually thought it was worth picking up Curse just to see how much it really affects us. And I misclicked there using Dig. Really shouldn't have used Dig. And then we can use Ice Punch to take out the Pidgeot. Now, with 2 curses set up, do we still outspeed other Pokemon? We don't outspeed the Arcanine, but that's kind of expected, really. And we're on 2 HP going into the rest of the Pokemon, which isn't good. So, next up, he's probably going to send out his Rhydon. He does. Will Ice Punch take it out? Does it? No, it doesn't! Oh, wow. As if that Rhydon tanked it. Okay, we're going to have to do something a bit different here. Okay, so instead of using Curse, we've actually gone with Swagger. So this actually gives us more chances to attack because there's the chance that they may confuse and hit themselves. Which I think is probably better in this circumstance. So, with Swagger and everything, we know we're going to outspeed. And Arcanine hits self-confusion as well. That means we can then go for Dig. Flamethrower misses, Dig hits. And we still don't take it out. But it takes it out with confusion. That's what we like to see, guys. That's what we like to see. Next up is the Rhydon. Worst thing that can happen here is he sets up Sandstorm. In my opinion. But we don't have to worry about that. Some reason here, Ice Punch now does full damage. Against the Gyarados, he's probably going to go for Rain Dance. Yep, he does, so we're going to go for Return. But he is confused now as well. But one Return is more than enough to take it out with a critical hit. And that just leaves the Executor and the Alakazam. So, Ice Punch is the better move to use here. It still doesn't take it out and we get Leech Seeded, but that's not the worst thing. We are going to lose a little bit of HP because of the Leech Seed here. But it's not going to be enough to worry about really for the Alakazam. We are super effective against the Alakazam because we're a Dark type, even though we don't have any Dark type moves anymore. But Return is a very powerful move and Alakazam is defensively weak. So we can take out Blue, second try. And that just leaves Red. So Red's Pokemon are very powerful. But I think the same moveset is actually going to be what we can do to get through it. At level 69, we actually outspeed the Pikachu. That's how quick Sneasel is. And we move up to level 70. Next up is the Charizard. We're going to outspeed everything. If we can outspeed that Pikachu, we're going to outspeed everything. The main thing is that the Charizard hits itself Confusion. So we can hit off a return. It doesn't do that much damage, and then Flamethrower hits and does massive damage. So this isn't good. Even at full HP, no stat changes, Flamethrower still takes us out in 1. So we need to do something a bit different. So I went in at level 75. The damage rounding threshold for like the leveling cap and that, it changes at different points. I think it's like all the odd numbers. So like 1, 3, 5. I think 78 actually would be a damage rounding threshold. I'm not too sure. I'll have to double check that. But this strategy, although is quite risky using Swagger, it does give us the opportunity to get past the Charizard. And next comes the Snorlax. So this is going to be a weird one. We want Swagger to work because then he's going to hit himself in Confusion, do more damage. But if he hits us with the likes of Body Slam, that's probably going to be a one-shot KO because Swagger increases your attack by 2 stages. We get a critical hit there. He hits himself Confusion, and we can take out the Snorlax without losing any HP. Next up's the Venusaur. We've got Ice Punch to do big damage on it and hope for a freeze. But then he takes in Sunlight, so we can use Dig here to get past the Solar Beam, and then Ice Punch again takes it out. We've got 2 Pokemon left and we haven't lost any HP, but we probably are going to against this Blastoise here. So the Confusion works and he hits himself Confusion. Sunlight is still strong, so his water moves aren't going to do very much damage. But then he uses Rain Dance, it wastes the turn for him, and he uses Surf. This is going to do big damage. Okay, so last up is Espeon. It can't do anything with Psychic, so it's probably going to use Swift. Return. Will it take it out in 1? It does. We get a critical hit, and there we go. We beat Red at level 75. This is the best run that I have done so far. Honestly, if you want to do a solo run in Gen 2, choose Sneasel. I promise you're going to have a lot of fun. Well, yeah. We beat the Elite Four in 3 hours and 23 minutes in-game time. What time did we do it in to beat Red? Usually it takes around about an hour of in-game time to beat Kanto and beat Red. That's average from what I've seen so far. This is the moveset we used to get to this stage. Return, Dig, Swagger, Ice Punch. There are stats. Pretty decent stats, that in all honesty. What time did we do this in? We did it... What time did we do that in? 4 hours 59 minutes. So, we have beaten the 5-hour mark. We have got a A-star Pokemon. Fantastic. Right guys, this is the end of the video. Thank you very much for getting to this point. If you have, please like, subscribe, all that YouTube stuff, and we'll catch you in the next video. Take care.